This holiday season, when we're all celebrating away from our loved ones, let's take a moment to remember what we cherish most about holiday get-togethers.
Really? You're gonna make me think about this right now?
It's kind of hard to decide.
Yeah, they're all pretty good.
God, which one am I thinking about? It's the one with the,
Pecan.
Pumpkin.
Fruits of the Forest, that's the one! With all the berries and the rhubarb.
Is candied yams pie? Because if yeah, then that one.
That's right, pie! There's tiny pies, giant pies, average-sized, but still perfectly satisfying pies.
What about rectangular pie?
Why not? And they come in all different flavors, too. There's chocolate pie, banana pie, lemon pie, cranberry pie, blueberry pie, salted caramel pie, cherry pie, walnut pie, cheese pie, raspberry pie, and don't even get me started on the meat-flavored pies.
Yeah! Pie is delicious! And available in your local grocery store. You don't need to go to your parents' house and listen to your racist Uncle Patrick rant about how Hillary Clinton's email stole the 2020 election. You can eat pie all by yourself. So get yourself some fucking pie and stay the fuck home.
Fembots have feelings too. Fembots have feelings too. You split my heart in two. Now what you gonna do? My system's in mint condition. The power's up on my transistors, working fine. No bitches plug me in them flips and switches. Pull up in docking position. Pop the hatch and hit ignition. Burn out, baby, ready for demolition. Fembots have feelings too. You know, you split my heart in two. Now what you gonna do? Here we go. My system's in mint condition. The powers.
And now, a very 2020 Christmas.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Sorry that took so long, everyone. I swear. I'll never get used to this Zoom thing. Okay, well, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
Okay, Papa, Merry Christmas. Now, I know we're all upset that President Trump might not win the election.
Oh, no, he won by chance.
He's got fucking TikTok Gen Z bullshit.
I hate it! I hate it so much!
Oh,
Okay, yes, I know. And Jane is joining us.
oh no.
Jane is this stupid nitwit!
Okay, now, Grandpa, listen, that's my daughter, okay? Let's not call her names. While she may be a complete libtard, brainwashed by the liberal media, it's not her fault, okay? Let's just be nice.
But Jane is gonna be insufferable.
Okay. If there's one thing my daughter learned from me, it's to never gloat. Hello?
Every morning, every evening, ain't we got fun? Not much money, oh but honey, ain't we got fun?
Happy holidays, family.
It's Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You know we celebrate Jesus in this house.
Why is she just like Cardi B?
I was just telling the family how you're not going to gloat because in the end, we're all family and no matter what, okay, we just need to get along.
Oh no.
Oh, come on, Jane, be cool for like once in your life.
This is really poor form, Jane, even for you.
Remember Christmas 2016?
Nope.
No?
Because I do.
Jane, please.
Sam, you held my head down and held a cup up to my face to collect my liberal tears.
I never did that.
Here's a photo.
Well, that doesn't count.
And Aunt Sylvia, you refused to pass me the mashed potatoes until I agreed to stop being a liberal snowflake. So I just didn't get mashed potatoes that night.
Well, I was right to do that.
And Grandpa, you called me names.
You're a nitwit.
And Uncle Ed, well, you're honestly just always kind of drunk. I really don't have any complaints about you.
I hate everyone. I hate Donald Trump. I hate Joe Biden. And I hate Sheila from work. And I hate you. And I hate you. And I hate you.
Oh, Uncle Ed, I think you muted yourself. You had to hit there's a button on the, you know what? Actually, this is probably for the best. You keep doing you.
But Jane, okay, remember what your hero, Michelle Obama, said.
Oh, don't you dare.
When they go low, we go high. Okay, sweetheart, this is an opportunity to go high. It's your opportunity to show everyone that we can be united and work together. Okay, what do you say, honey?
You know what? You're right. This is an opportunity for me. And I know exactly what I need to do.
Kiss my ass! So disrespectful.
And this has been a very 2020 Christmas.
Security scenarios we ran. I'm smack in the middle of one we didn't think of.
Can anybody hear me?
Let's go! Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking
the runner
on this motherfucking plane. Everybody strap in. I'm about to open some fucking windows.
Stay the fuck at home.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do recall the tiniest reindeer of all, Marcus the tiny reindeer, was a very tiny guy. And if you ever saw him, you would even say, he's so small.
Does he bite? Yeah? I ain't scared. Ow! Oh, he got me. I deserve that. Huh.
All of the regular-sized reindeer used to laugh and call him names.
Like Bug Eyes, Ankle Biter, Rat.
They never let little Marcus join in any reindeer games.
Like begging for table scraps.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
Marcus, oh, little Marcus, you are a tiny reindeer, aren't you? Little Marcus, I couldn't help but notice you're such a tiny reindeer that you would fit in this carrying case, which I could then stow beneath the seat in front of me on the aeroplane. And, well, I'd like you to come to Acapulco with me. You see, I've had quite a year. I mean, we all have. Did I tell you Mrs. Claus's sister is in town for the holidays? It's put quite a strain on the Christmas spirit, and, well, I think it would be good for our marriage if I got out of the house for a few days. Oh, I just need to feel the sand between my toes and the salt spray in my beard. Please come with me to Acapulco, little reindeer. I just can't bear to spend the holidays alone.
Then how the seagulls loved him as they squawked out with glee.
Marcus the tiny reindeer, oh, you'll go down in history, oh!
Like Rudolph!
Bah humbug.
Thank you. I'm so excited to introduce our guest. Lori Kilmartin is fucking killer. You've seen her on Conan. You if you haven't seen her on Twitter, you got to. Give it up for Lori Kilmartin.
Yeah. Woo. Thank you, Allie. It was interesting to hear you say that your mom has COVID, and I was like, how do I follow that? Because my mom had COVID, but she doesn't have it now because she died. But yeah, so that's a good way to get rid of COVID. It's not the best way, but it's a way. She's like, she was super old. Like when I told my mom died, my sister was like, wait, she's alive? Like she was so old. I'm not worried about your mom. I know she'll pull through. But my mom died in June, which is so weird because I had been coughing on her since March. Like it took a while. She was a Trump supporter who died of COVID. So this is crazy, but the coroner ruled her death a suicide. Yeah, it doesn't count as a COVID death. He was like, she voted for this. He wrote that on the death certificate. Like, tough but fair. But here's the thing I love is my mom died of COVID during the COVID pandemic. That's how you should die if you're going to die during this pandemic. Don't waste your death with cancer. Give your grandchildren a story to tell about the COVID pandemic, okay? You don't want to die of the Portuguese flu during the Spanish flu. No one wants to hear about it. Okay, on September 11th, you want to go down in a tower. You don't want to get hit by a car in a crosswalk in Santa Monica. Do it right. So that's cool. My mom lived with me. In fact, this is her bedroom. And in her honor, I turned it into a performance space where I make fun of her death on Zoom. So it's weird, like, so she died June 18th, and I noticed that the condolences stopped in July. Like, I had a month of solid hearts and broken heart emojis and just fucking long emails, and then everyone moved on. Well, I just like to let everyone to know I am still accepting condolences at my Venmo. Head over there. For the reason you can just write home office. I'll know what you're talking about. No, this is true since we are heading into like apparently a horrible winter of COVID. I'll just tell you this. I did watch my mom die on FaceTime on my iPad, and I can't tell you how surreal it is to watch your parent die on the same screen where you recently watched Strangers Come. So my advice to everybody is get a second iPad. If there's any old people in your life, please. You don't have to get them the new one can go to porn. Get one on eBay. You only use it the one time. Give them the honor of your undivided attention on one iPad. You don't want to be getting Pornhub notifications while someone's trying to say their last words. It's a lot. Oh my God. So like before COVID, I got in a Twitter fight with Stormy Daniels, who is the porn star who slept with Donald Trump when Melania was breastfeeding Barron. And the fight was stupid. It was about comedy, but somewhere during the fight, somebody else jumped in, as they will on Twitter, and called me whorephobic. And I have been defending my honor ever since. First of all, I am not, I don't even call women whores. That's not how I think. Like, I think if you are a woman and you have a ton of sex, you're lucky. Like, I'm in awe of you, you know? And I know some women have a lot of sex because they're acting out sexual abuse from their childhood, but other women have sexual abuse from their childhood, and guess what? We act in. We don't have any sex, okay? So I can't, I'm in awe of anyone who acts out. Please tell me your ways. And the fact that I would have a phobia of porn stars. Here's how I feel about porn stars. I am so grateful that they take the time to show me how to do things, you know? Like these brave men and women, they take off all their clothes and they act things out for me. That's how it feels like when I watch a porn. Like if I'm reading a book and there's like a sex scene, I'll be like, I wonder what that looks like. And I type it into Pornhub and there'll be like 20 different couples offering me their take on it. You know, that is so sweet. It doesn't cost it. It's like free. It's amazing. And because of that kind of generosity, I feel like I could actually assist if a man wanted to give birth to a doll through his anus, because I've seen it on a porn. I know how it comes out. I can midwife that baby doll. So I hope no one thinks I'm whorephobic anymore. That's my number one. Buy a second iPad. I am not whorephobic. All right. That's what I said. I do have a son. He's 14, and he's watching a lot of Dr. Pimple Popper, which I do think that's the gateway to porn, because look at this. It's a very attractive female physician wearing a lab coat. Right? Strangers come to her, they take off their clothes, she massages a protrusion till it explodes in her face. I mean, you people are turned on right now, it's obvious. She's grooming. That's what Here's how I look at this. If I have to speak low, if I catch my son watching porn, how I'm going to handle it is I'm going to sit down and watch it with him. That's how you put a stop to that, okay? There's no greater deterrent to watching porn again than the memory of your mother commenting on what you were trying to touch yourself to. I'll tell him the truth. I'll be like, yeah, women don't make that noise. That's not a natural noise. Okay. Women only make that sound when they're really behind on their rent. Every octave represents another $1,000 that she owes in 4 days. The other thing is, like, he turned 14 recently and he wanted an iPhone. And I didn't get it for him because I'm against children having iPhones. I don't think they should have access to all the information in the world. Okay, they don't know what to do with information. They don't deserve it. Like, my son learned about the Holocaust, and then 2 days after that, he called me a Nazi for not buying him ice cream. Okay, so they can't even process that information. Fuck you. You don't deserve to know about the Holocaust till you understand what it is. Why are we letting him know about this shit? Besides, why? I didn't get an iPhone till I was 45. Why should he have one when he was 14? Here's my parenting rule. If I didn't have it at your age, you're not having it at your age. And that's the rule my mom worked with, and that's why I didn't get a polio vaccine till I was 35. When I was a kid, there's two kinds of encyclopedias. There's Britannica, which is of course high end, and then there was Funk and Wagnalls. And that was a West Coast, I think, only encyclopedia that you could buy at the grocery store. And it was 1 letter a month, okay? So, fine. So I'm in 5th grade. I'm assigned, okay, we're studying the continent of Africa. You are going to do a report on Algeria. Okay, that's great, because guess what? We have the letter A. Okay? Oh, now the next report is on Zambia. Excuse me, I can't even do that one till 8th grade because I only have A through D. Please, could I switch and have Chad? Could you give Zambia to the lady with the Britannica at home? Guys, I am very worried about climate change. It's my number one fear. COVID will end. We got vaccines coming, but climate change. Polar bears are probably going to go extinct by the year 2100. And I think our descendants are going to hate our guts. They're going to be watching nature shows. They're going to see polar bears and they're going to look at us right now. And they're going to go, how come you didn't do anything? You know, why did you neglect this problem? And they're going to despise us, right? So what we need to do right now is we need to burn all footage of polar bears. Get rid of it. And if there's a picture of a polar bear, we say, oh, that's the polar bear. That's the ancient Canadians used to worship the polar bear. It was their god of Coca-Cola. Because guess what? That worked before. The ancient Greeks did the same thing. They had a lot of the so-called mythological creatures were actually real animals that went extinct under the watchful eyes of the ancient Greeks. They had Pegasuses. Pegasus is a flying horse, okay? And the ancient Greeks hated him. And you would too. Imagine herds of horses flying over your house every morning. Like, you hate it when a bird takes a shit on your car? Okay. Imagine horses shitting in your chariot. You don't have a windshield, by the way, at that time to block it. It goes right in the driver's seat. Every fucking morning, you got to clean that. Okay? Because they're horses, they land. And what do? They're in your front yard. They walk around like deer, eating your ancient Greek yogurt that you work so hard to grow. So yeah, the ancient Greeks hunted them to death. Okay? They also had, and this is appalling, they had centaurs. A centaur is a half man, and then right here turns into a full horse. Okay? Now, this is where men should end anyway. When the rest is horse, guys, this was a fuck beast created for us by God. And the ancient Greeks ruined it. Forget the genitals. Just imagine a boyfriend you could mount and ride to a restaurant. Table for two, please. Okay, and these creatures were incredibly popular. And they went extinct from sexual exhaustion. They were hunted by gay men and middle-aged women. And that's why we don't have centaurs, is because of those fucking horny Greeks. And they knew it would be a problem. So they gathered, they said, oh, great. We do centaurs on our pottery. You know, this shit's good. It's going to be in a museum one day. But because we don't have centaurs, we got to smash it. Right? And then said, hey, no. Let me just, I got an idea. And he riffed mythology off the top of his head. So, we got to do the same thing. All right? You're going to have, some of you guys will be alive 50 years from now. You're going to have great-great-grandchildren. All right? They're gonna be like, what happened to the polar bears? All right? Let's gaslight these kids the same way. Okay? You gotta be like, let me get this straight. You think there was a white bear that lived on ice? And then they'll be like, what's ice? Yeah, exactly. Walk your iguana. Listen, I have, okay, so the pandemic, of course, lost my mother. That's awful. But the other thing, I became highly aware of how awful white people are. Like, I guess I knew, but I kind of backburnered it, you know? I got a lot of shit. I got a kid, right? I wasn't thinking about how shitty white people are. And now I look at us and I'm like, what have we done? What are we doing? I think when quarantine ends, white people, we should remain in lockdown for about a year. We need to think about who we are and what we've done. white people, we seem to have in our DNA this need to be racist, right? So I have a great idea. Let's, instead of being racist against other races, let's be racist against ourselves, all right? There's no rule that racism has to be towards another race, okay? And by the way, that's how we used to be, and it worked out pretty fucking good, all right? You remember, we don't remember, but England and France for hundreds of years, they were killing each other, right? They were at war for hundreds of years. And what did we have during that time? Shakespeare, the Renaissance, Moliere. Okay, what I'm telling you is when white people are killing each other, we flourish creatively. It's astonishing, okay? The Vikings, they're marauding all over England and Ireland. We get Beowulf, okay? Worth it. Especially if you saw the Angelina movie. It was really, she's so pretty. And then you look at our history recently, we just went into Vietnam in the 60s. What did we produce, white people? Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. Ooh, great song, white people. Embarrassing. Redirect your energy. I love women. There's a lot of women here, right? Let's hear for the ladies. Yes. Ladies, we've had a rough couple hundred. Not a lot of wins in our column. American women have had some good years, like 1942, great year for American women because the country was a war and all the men had left. They've left on both coasts. They got the fuck out. Some women were like, oh, we're lonely. Then we're like, wow, this is actually pretty relaxing. Right? They all took their husbands' jobs. They made money. They'd be like, what are you going to do tonight, Betty? Oh, I don't know, Rosie. I guess I'm going to go for a walk by myself at midnight. Oh, no, you'll get raped. Whoops, you won't. Have a great walk. I mean, those were good times. I bet some of your grandmas cheered on Hitler. I bet they did. When Germany surrendered, I bet some of your grandmas said, hang on, Hirohito, I just got a promotion. But then the war ended, the men came home, and they took their jobs back. They took midnight back, and then there was a lull. And then for a couple decades, in the 70s hit. 1974, great year for American women because we got the right to have a credit card in our own names. Very important. And the reason we got that at 74 is in 73, we got the right to have an abortion. Women in 1973 started having abortions and they were like, you know what? I'd like to start putting these on a card. Maybe get some frequent flyer miles, some Hilton honor points. Why do I got to carry $500 in cash with me all the time? By the way, guys, I don't take abortion lightly. I have never had an abortion. I did have a miscarriage, and I was going to abort that fetus. And while I was trying to figure out where to get the abortion, I had the miscarriage, and I always felt like it was God going, hey, let me get this one for you. Okay, that's my holiday show closer. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much, Lori. Give it up for Lori Kilmartin.
This here is a warning for all of you real American patriots out there. Now, I don't need to tell you that we are still under attack by the Satanist cabal who want to sex traffic our children. It's now common knowledge that these pedophiles have infiltrated the Hollywood machine, and every high-ranking Democrat is a confirmed pedophile. But I'm making this video to warn all of you about Christmas 2020. Now, I've cracked a new code by Q
Using our Messiah's Twitter feed, and it's written in plain English, people. Santa is a pedophile. This is a new scheme that the radical left has come up with as payback for making America great again. Now it's becoming crystal Pepsi clear to me that do-nothing Democrats were only pretending to cancel Christmas. That was a ruse, a red herring, a setup. We were the fall man, like Lee Harvey Oswald. See the connection? JFK Jr.?
Oh, hot, 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 hot! Hot, 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 hot!
Them canceling Christmas made us want to have Christmas even more. Which means more kids getting their stockings tickled by old Saint Nick. How else could they get their grubby hands on our precious children? By using Santa Claus. Think about it logically. What other person gets children to sit on his perverted lap? Do you want your child sitting there while this pervert has a raging half-chub? He's wearing red, just like the communists do. To think about it, use your head. But if you need proof, here's a picture of Santa Claus with Barack Hussein Obama.
Wow.
Here they are, plotting out in the open about kidnapping children on Christmas Eve, using your own damn chimneys to sex traffic children directly to Tom Hanks. And if you need any more proof, look at this picture here.
Wow.
Here is Barack Hussein Obama himself, stealing the magical shape-shifting abilities of Santa, holding his daughter Malia in the Santa sack. He's transporting her as a present for slaughter in a satanic mass. And if you need any more proof, here's Santa getting his slave from Wayfair, which is where all pedophiles shop.
Wow.
Now, I don't know about you, but the only way I see to protect our children is to cancel Christmas 2020. Now, I am about to celebrate Kwanzaa, and I'm not Jew enough to celebrate Hanukkah, so this year I'll be celebrating Festivus. And if you don't want some commie pervert getting a raging half-chub to your child, I suggest you celebrate Festivus with the rest of us. God bless Donald Trump.
And then after the mulled wine is ready, I think we're gonna do a puzzle.
Ugh, I'm so effing bored. I finished all my Christmas shopping already. I rewatched Gilmore Girls twice, and I've air fried everything in my house. I'm losing my shit.
Have you watched The Queen's Gambit yet? You'll breeze right through it.
I really can't stay in.
We're in lockdown, so you kind of have to.
Much to my
Well, it'll help flatten the curve if you do.
This lockdown has been not very
Just
nice.
hang in there a little longer. I promise it'll get better if everyone follows.
I heard that Bill Gates started this whole thing. At least that's what Joe Rogan
I told you to stop
implied.
listening to that podcast.
I heard masks don't even really work and it all just profits
Okay,
the
I'm
wealthy
gonna need
elite.
some backup here.
My mom got COVID and she didn't even
Not
die.
this again.
Hydroxychloroquine.
Absolutely not. No.
Is basically a vaccine.
Your grandmother is a doctor. You should know better.
I wish I knew how to.
Please stop
make
sending me
you
QAnon
see.
articles and saying, weird, huh? We're in a pandemic. Stay
Of
home.
course, the numbers seem to be rising.
Because a virus is spreading?
No, it's because there's an increase in testing.
Come on!
I really can't stay in, but Allie, it's COVID outside. You know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna EP and LP for happy hour, then catch for dinner, then a rave on a roof.
Will you please wear a mask?
No, it doesn't match my outfit.
Well, at least you wore a mask.
Fembots have feelings too.